Hey, what's going on, folks? This is Dimitri back again. In this video, we're gonna discuss money tips for beginners. How to make your first $100 and actually work smart. That those are $100 work smarter for you. Here's the quick question, right? So jumping into it. So if I give you, like, for example, if you get $100 from somebody or whatever, you got it saved up and everything like that, where do you save it? Where do you put that? Like, where do you save it? Do you spend it on the glossy, whatever, shiny thingy? You buy extra cup of coffee or like do whatever, or you actually save it up or put it in a good use. So here's what we're going to discuss in this video, what to spend your first $100 onto, because this is one of the amazing things that people just sending money into the things and, you know, buying some crazy stuff and whatever. But if you start and you can start with just $100 with the amazing opportunity and open yourself to the whole new world of investment and savings and things like that. So let's discuss this. So section number one, or idea number one, that we can do with the $100 and the frugal living, and actually jumpstart our journey to the financial literacy, financial freedom, financial everything. So in the sense of, hey, we're gonna save it up. So here's the thing: build emergency cushion. One of the first steps that we can start, like if you got $100, $1, $5, whatever that was, like, you know, because you know, video is going throughout the world, and, you know, obviously different people get different currency exchange rates, all that good stuff. So but it's a good opportunity to start building an emergency fund and cushion. Why? Because it protects yourself. You're protecting yourself. Most beginners skip this step. I'll just, you know, most folks is like, it's not even beginners, like all you know, mature, how should I say it, a lot of folks that have a lot of money, they basically ignore this step because I don't know why. Like, I mean, they have overspending problems or whatever problems they might have. But why is it important? Why is it important to build or to protect yourself, in the sense like building that trust, protecting yourself? Why? Because unexpected things always happen. It's not like it's when happens, how happens, or whatever, but it's actually when it happens, and it happens unfortunately a lot of times. So like personally, I got a flat tire most recently, and that's like crazy how it might sound. I needed to go and actually fix it up. So, and yeah, I mean, I was going by my day, just regular parking, so just stop by the shopping mall and boom, there you go, got a nail in my tire, and that's it. So there you go. So I needed to repair it, fix it, and things like that. So, you know, and gladly I had like that $100 I spared to do that and to save it for emergency fund. So I got that covered. So, and here's my offer to you, and that is, go ahead and, hey, you got yourself a started emergency fund or for whatever reason. So you got like savings accounts, whatever accounts, just save it up, put it in a safe spot where you can remember. First, you remember it, that it's there, and you can actually then utilize it later on. We will discuss the more better, you like, you know, just for against inflation and things like that. So obviously you need to determine, it's a little bit more deeper, but from a perspective of, hey, at least having money, that's a good place to start. From the beginners, like, hey, save it up, put it in a bank, whatever, and put it and save it up, so that amount, it will be there, and do it stable, do it consistently. You will be amazed, like after just a little bit of 12 months, you will have yourself $1,200 and $1,200, you know. So this is amazing thing. So right, idea number two, right? So the second move that you can take with your $100, and that's an amazing one, is start attacking your small debt. If you have a credit card and things like that, so hey, you're spending, you do this, hey, it's a good place. If you have overspending habit or overspending problem with the credit cards and things like that, well, this is a good place to begin that financial you know, reduce that financial burden that you have on yourself. So if you're paying off the debt, especially credit cards, this is a very unprofitable. Well, it depends. So it's like it's basically very heavy interest rate there. So like in the United States, for example, right? So we got what, 25, 35 right now. So it's somewhere there, and it's crazy amount, like, right? So you won't get to a rich spot and, you know, sustainable, wealthy spot in your financial journey with having like 35% of interest rate or whatever, 30% interest rate, right? So you're leaking that every month, right? So it depends, and especially with the credit cards, it's crazy how much money they make. Obviously, there is a good opportunities there if you're building your credit, if you're building your financial sort of like credit report, you know, for financial organizations and things like that. So, but you know, I would suggest, like, if you actually using the credit card, use it as a debit card in the sense that, and that's important there, that you're paying off every single month. So don't go beyond, obviously, different, you know, lives and changes and problems and things like that. But if there is, and like approach that as it is, I am approaching that as I'm saying right now. So do that as like, hey, you got to pay it off every single month. And what the two benefits you're hitting is that you're hitting the benefits that credit cards provide, and you build, well, actually three probably benefits that is provide, like you know, savings, you know, sales and things like that. Then you building up your credit, right? So providing the financial thing to the credit bureaus, you building it up, and obviously you reducing your debt, so that there won't be any problem. So if you go in that direction, so do that. So start reducing your debt, start reducing that, paying off those small debts that you know, folks are, you know, if you accumulate it. But if you don't have that, well, kudos to you guys. So then in move number 3 that you can take, or it's like as a basically not a sequential, but as an option, and that's invest in yourself. I can tell you this much, and I'm saying this with all honesty. I mean, guys, I always, when people will say that, like, oh, invest in yourself, what are you talking about? And when I was watching those videos, I'm telling you, I got frustrated, really. So because like invest in yourself, dude, that's why I'm like watching this. But it's not in the sense like, hey, you know, spend money to get more money to understand, but it's you actually understanding stuff, you're getting knowledge, you're getting understanding. So you're getting to that point where you're like, okay, so you know, you can make better decisions because you know certain things, right? So, and that's the key point. Obviously, man, and this channel, like, like, subscribe down below, that helps me a lot. But we're also discussing the financial literature, financial literacy, even financial literature sometimes. So, but a lot, my pointing is that a lot of stuff is free outside. So on the internet right now, it's a lot of free stuff. Like, seriously, it's crazy. Obviously people like to sell stuff, and it's you know, what do I say? So it's livelihoods and everything like that. But if you can search, and like, you know, if you can use internet, and I'm sure you guys see this video, you can, so check it out. So just search for it, like, you know, available, free, whatever stuff, and it's amazing. It's out there. It's not like, you know, obviously if it's blocked or whatever, so if it's not available, obviously go to official resources and purchase that stuff if you need to. It's not like they forcing you to do so, but obviously if you want to do it, like, you know, just research it, make it, like, you know, if you think it helps you, go for it. But search for the free stuff, obviously. So a lot of stuff, like, I have purchased few stuff, it helped me in a certain way, but now that I think about it, like, I could have done without it. But, you know, going if and what, and maybe if I did that, this, I did that. So it's more like guessing game. But what I'm saying is, like, hey, invest in yourself. If it's available for free, it's available, like, you know, go ahead and do that. But if it's not, like, obviously invest in yourself in the sense of not purchasing your, like, you know, free shiny stuff, but actually getting the this one updated instead of going and, you know, update your car, whatever. So, right, so I mean, if you need to, you know, for specific reasons, obviously, if you can go to work because you have a broken car, well, obviously it's a different different thing right there. But what I'm saying is that update this guy, update this here, and then it will be much further ahead in the sense of your financial journey. So that's my main point across. So move number 4, right? Start a side hustle fund. That would be interesting one, because seed money for side hustle is very important, because I had somewhat really like misconception about like starting a side hustle or getting into the side hustle at the very early beginning, because I thought like, hey, you can really start a side hustle without the money. Well, it's not really correct, because as we talked about in my other video, in 5 ideas and 5 that 5 ideas of the how people get rich, I think, something like that. So my previous video basically, so check my channel for those. And yeah, it's you gotta start somewhere. So for example, dividends, like if you want to get a dividend from a stock that you purchased, well, you gotta buy a stock, right? So it's not like they're gonna give, well, some of them actually give it for free, because when you open a brokerage account and things like that, they're I think Webull or whatever. So it's not like a promotion or anything, but I think they had some kind of deals like that before, so I'm not 100% sure right now. But what you can do is that start that side hustle fund, and that is, if you want to name it like that, or if you want to like put it dividend fund or whatever, beginning fund, but that's more about like and start investing. And that's actually a pretty good place as a strategy to have a fund that accumulates accumulates the percentage that it's there. So let's say CD that you open, like certificate of deposit, I think it's the United States here, like in a few other countries I believe there is like actually savings fund or savings account. It gives you a pretty good percentage. I mean, like in the United States a little bit low versus like stocks and things like that, but it's very interesting in other countries to have that savings account. So so for example, in Russia there is an interesting fund there, but that they do utilize that. So that's a good, interesting just piece of knowledge, right? So in any case, so funds are very nice. Funds are very funds are very nice. So in accounts and savings, my main point is that seed money for side hustle. You'll be surprised if you start putting that $100 in, and it will be accumulated. So obviously for that, it will be able to, if you're starting a YouTube channel, that would be nice to have like, like purchasing equipment or like researching stuff or like whatever promotional, some type of thing. So that's very helpful for a lot of folks. So move number 5, automate your growth. And set that as automation. So right, as I mentioned before, so as you putting that $100 off into your savings account and to start savings, every single time you do like automatic, and you started on automated process, like sort of like you can put it even some automation in if you have like in the credit in your bank system, in your bank provider, but you're obviously getting money into it. So just on the move of doing, when you do your accounting and things like that, just move that $100 into the like whatever next account to it, and you call it a day. So that's it, you save that, you hit that check mark, and you're good. So all because money grows when you do that automatically, and that's a very wonderful thing. When you put that in there, it starts, it's you save it up, you successfully completed that task, and it gives you actually a little bit of warm fuzzy feeling inside of you so that you accomplished that, at least that. So right, so, and that's that's a wonderful thing. So now that we discussed a few moves and very important ones, so now that we wrap it up, so you got what we got: building an emergency fund, we got paying down the small debt, we got invest in your skills, we got side hustle fund started, and we got automated growth, in the sense of you gotta go through and do all those stuffs, well, at least some of it, that will help you to actually automate and actually start your financial journey in the very right way. If you're starting like, hey, if you're starting for a small amount, like if you're just starting, like like, okay, Misha, I got it, now what? So I'm ready, right? So let's do this. So you got this, you got that going. Okay, so that's like initial amount. You can, hey, save it up, into the small business account. Okay, so keep that, doing that savings. Don't put that savings into actual existence, right? So you can, in the sense of like, put it in your savings account, make it like be there, because if we got like overspending problem, that will at least give us a peace of mind that at least that's like start amount. It doesn't matter, could be $5, $10, whatever, $1,000, $100, what depends on your level there, but put it there. What it builds, it's building a habit. It's not like, that's why it matters. So you're building a habit to put that money in there, right? So here's the question for you. If you had $100 today, which of these 5 moves would you do, right? So, or would you do which one first, right? Let me drop in the comments below, let me know. So, and yeah, thank you guys again for watching. So if you find this helpful, give me a thumbs up, like and subscribe down below. So thank you guys again for watching. I really appreciate you. Hope it guys helps you. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think. So see you guys next time. Here's the meeting adjourned with the rich man, Dmitry Zap. Bye-bye.